This is the richest NBA player in history. What if I told you the richest basketball player in history didn't just make money by playing the game, but by completely reinventing it? We're not talking about sneakers or championships. We're talking about billions built from brilliance, vision, and legacy. This isn't just a story of fame, it's a financial revolution led by a man who turned his name into an empire. From courtside to corporate power, he changed the game forever. Stay tuned, because today we're uncovering the shocking truth behind the richest NBA player of all time right here on Legends of Black Excellence. Stephen Curry. From the moment Stephen Curry entered the NBA, it was clear he would redefine what success looked like in professional basketball. Drafted 7th overall by the Golden State Warriors in 2009, he revolutionized the game with his long-range precision and creativity. His impact stretched far beyond the scoreboard. He turned the three-pointer into the league's most powerful weapon, transforming how basketball is played, marketed, and valued. Today, Curry is not only a global sports icon, but also one of the wealthiest athletes of his generation, earning over $55 million in salary for the 2024-25 season. Curry's financial journey is built as much on business intelligence as on athletic greatness. While his contracts have made him one of the NBA's highest-paid players, his real fortune comes from the empire he has built off the court. His partnership with Under Armour, which led to the creation of the Curry brand, marked a turning point. It wasn't just an endorsement, it was a statement of ownership. The deal gives him long-term equity, allowing him to profit not only from his shoes, but from the brand's global success. As of 2025, his net worth is estimated around $240 million USD, and that figure continues to rise each year. Curry's extension with Golden State secured him the highest single-season salary in NBA history, over $62 million USD, solidifying his place at the top of modern athlete earnings. Yet the key to his wealth isn't just the money he makes, but how he reinvests it. Through his company, SC30 Inc., he manages investments, media ventures, and partnerships that expand his influence far beyond sports. Curry's production studio, Unanimous Media, creates content focused on family, faith, and sports storytelling. It has signed major deals with streaming platforms and entertainment companies, helping him carve out a lasting role in Hollywood. Beyond entertainment, Curry's portfolio includes investments in tech startups, consumer brands, and philanthropic initiatives. His ability to diversify his income while maintaining an authentic personal image has made him one of the most trusted and marketable athletes in the world. Compared with billion-dollar legends like Michael Jordan or LeBron James, Curry's wealth might seem smaller, but his trajectory tells a different story. He represents the modern evolution of sports wealth athletes who are not only performers, but also executives, investors, and entrepreneurs. With an annual income that can exceed $150 million USD when endorsements and ventures are included, Curry's rise shows no sign of slowing. Each year, his influence expands across industries that have little to do with basketball, proving that his brand has become a cultural force of its own. In the grand picture of basketball's richest figures, Stephen Curry stands as a symbol of how intelligence, timing, and integrity can turn talent into generational wealth. He may not yet be the richest NBA player in history, but his story is one of relentless growth of a man who changed the game, built a legacy of innovation, and positioned himself to one day join the billionaire ranks. The richest NBA player in history isn't only about who holds the biggest fortune today. It's about who's still building it, and Stephen Curry's empire is far from finished. Grant Hill. Grant Hill's story isn't just about basketball excellence, it's about reinvention, endurance, and the brilliance of long-term vision. Drafted in 1994 by the Detroit Pistons, Hill was once hailed as the next Michael Jordan, a player with grace, skill, and charisma that captured the imagination of fans around the world. In the 1990s, he was basketball royalty, a symbol of poise and professionalism. But injuries nearly ended his career too soon. What could have been a tragic downfall instead became the start of an extraordinary second act, one that turned him into one of the wealthiest and most respected figures in sports. At his playing peak, Hill wasn't just a superstar on the court, he was a marketing icon. While most players were chasing Nike contracts, Hill made a bold move and signed with Fila, an unexpected choice that became one of the biggest sneaker deals of its time. His signature shoes, the Fila Grant Hill 1 and 2, became cultural staples of the 90s, worn in schools, playgrounds, and music videos. Decades later, Fila honored his impact with a lifetime endorsement deal, ensuring that his legacy and royalties would continue long after he stopped playing. His on-court career earned him over $140 million in salary, but that was only the foundation of his growing fortune. When recurring injuries and a dangerous ankle infection threatened his livelihood, Hill used his recovery period to study finance, business, and wealth management. That shift in mindset was transformative. Instead of relying on post-retirement fame, he built a diversified investment portfolio that would make him one of basketball's sharpest businessmen. In 2015, he became a part owner of the Atlanta Hawks, later serving as vice chairman of the board. As NBA franchise values skyrocketed, his stake multiplied in worth, helping push his total net worth to an estimated $250 million by 2025. Hill's influence reaches beyond ownership. He's become a familiar voice in sports media, working as a broadcaster and analyst for major networks, offering insight shaped by experience, intelligence, and integrity. His articulate presence and respect across the league have made him one of the most trusted commentators in basketball. Yet his contributions off the court go further. Together with his wife, Grammy-nominated singer Tamia Hill has built one of the world's most admired private collections of African-American art, a cultural treasure that reflects his appreciation for history, identity, and community. What sets Hill apart from many wealthy athletes is the way he blends business success with personal values. He invests not just for profit, but for impact, supporting projects that promote art education and social development. Whether it's his leadership role in the Hawks organization, his involvement in charity foundations, or his continued influence in media, Hill operates with the same quiet confidence that once defined his playing style. His story isn't about flash or controversy, it's about consistency, intellect, and legacy. Grant Hill's financial journey is proof that greatness can take many forms. His path from NBA prodigy to respected owner and philanthropist embodies what it means to evolve with purpose. In the conversation about the richest NBA player in history, Hill may not hold the top spot in sheer dollars, but his wealth of wisdom, culture, and longevity makes him one of the league's most remarkable success stories. He didn't just play the game, he outlasted it, turning talent into timeless prosperity. Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon's journey from the basketball court to the business world is a masterclass in discipline, vision, and faith. Born in Lagos, Nigeria, and raised with strong spiritual and cultural roots, he arrived in the United States in the early 1980s to play college basketball at the University of Houston. From those humble beginnings, he went on to become one of the NBA's most graceful and dominant big men. Known as the Dream, his name became synonymous with elegance, intelligence, and unstoppable footwork. But what truly sets Olajuwon apart from other legends isn't just his 2 NBA championships or MVP title. It's how he transformed his career earnings into a real estate empire worth hundreds of millions of dollars. During his 18-year NBA career, mostly with the Houston Rockets, Olajuwon earned around $110 million in salary, an impressive figure for his time. Yet it's what he did after basketball that defines his fortune. Guided by Islamic principles that prohibit earning or paying interest, Olajuwon built his wealth entirely debt-free. Every investment he made was paid for in full, without loans or mortgages. It's a rare and disciplined approach that allowed him to move with patience and freedom, avoiding financial risks that many entrepreneurs face. After retiring in 2002, Olajuwon turned his focus to real estate in Houston, Texas, the city that had embraced him during his playing days. He began purchasing undervalued land and properties in areas with strong development potential, spots near new highways, shopping districts, and downtown revitalization projects. His foresight was impeccable. As Houston's economy and population exploded, the value of his holdings skyrocketed. By 2006, his real estate portfolio was already valued at over $100 million, and it has continued to grow steadily ever since. Among his most notable acquisitions was the old Federal Reserve Bank building in downtown Houston, which he later converted into a mosque, blending his financial acumen with his deep spiritual values. He also purchased the city's former World Trade Center building, turning it into a thriving business hub. These projects symbolize his belief that wealth should serve both community and faith, creating something meaningful beyond profit. Olajuwon has often said, "I like real estate because it's real," reflecting his preference for tangible, lasting investments over speculative ventures. Though real estate remains the cornerstone of his fortune, Olajuwon has also dabbled in entrepreneurship. He launched his own athletic apparel line, DR34M, offering high-quality sportswear at affordable prices. While it didn't become a global powerhouse, it reflected his philosophy of accessibility and modest success. His business portfolio today includes commercial properties, apartment complexes, and retail centers across Texas. Despite his immense wealth, estimated at around $300 million, he remains humble, private, and deeply connected to his roots. Hakeem Olajuwon's story redefines what it means to be the richest. His success isn't built on flashy endorsements or risky ventures, but on faith-driven patience, strategic thinking, and integrity. He showed that true prosperity doesn't require compromise. It requires clarity of purpose. From dominating the paint with his legendary Dream Shake to shaping Houston's skyline through wise investments, Olajuwon turned consistency and belief into a legacy that endures. In the grand story of the richest NBA player in history, Hakeem stands out not just as a champion, but as a man who built an empire, one brick, one principle, one dream at a time. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's rise to global stardom is a story of precision on the court and in the business world. From the moment he entered the NBA in 2007 as the second overall draft pick, Durant has been known for his unstoppable scoring touch, calm demeanor, and relentless drive to be great. Yet while his name is etched among basketball's elite for his championships and MVP honors, his financial journey reveals an even more impressive truth. Kevin Durant has quietly become one of the most strategic wealth builders in modern sports. With a net worth estimated around $300 million in 2025 and rising fast, Durant has mastered the art of turning talent into lasting enterprise. Durant's basketball contracts alone have been monumental. Across his career with teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State Warriors, Brooklyn Nets, and Phoenix Suns, he has earned well over $400 million in salary. His playing contracts consistently rank among the NBA's top deals, often exceeding $50 million annually. But Durant's vision was never limited to paychecks or trophies. Early in his career, he began to study how other athletes built empires through ownership and equity lessons he would later apply masterfully in his own ventures. One of Durant's most valuable assets is his lifetime endorsement deal with Nike, joining only two other players, Michael Jordan and LeBron James, in that exclusive club. The deal, reportedly worth around $300 million over 10 years, with an additional $50 million retirement package, ensures that his signature KD shoes and brand will continue generating income long after his playing days end. But what truly elevates Durant's financial status is his ability to move beyond endorsements and into investment. In 2016, alongside his business partner Rich Kleiman, Durant co-founded 35 Ventures 35V, an investment firm that manages his diverse portfolio and business operations. Under 35V, Durant has made early and lucrative investments in companies like Postmates, Coinbase, Acorns, and the food delivery startup Slice. His stake in Coinbase in particular brought him a massive return when the company went public. Beyond venture capital, Durant also established Boardroom, a media company that covers the intersection of sports culture and business, giving him a platform to tell stories about the business of athletes, including his own. Durant's entrepreneurial reach extends even further. He has produced films and series including the Apple TV Plus show Swagger, inspired by his life and experiences. He's also stepped into team ownership, holding a minority stake in Major League Soccer's Philadelphia Union. His partnerships with major brands like Google 2K Sports and FanDuel further diversify his income streams. While his demeanor remains understated, his financial moves are anything but quiet. Durant's approach is calculated, grounded in patience, and focused on long-term growth rather than quick profit. What makes Kevin Durant's wealth story so powerful is its reflection of modern athlete entrepreneurship. He isn't just collecting endorsements, he's building an ecosystem. His ventures fuse innovation, media, and investment in a way that mirrors how he plays basketball: efficient, intelligent, and precise. Though he hasn't yet reached billionaire status, the foundation he's built ensures he's well on that path. In the ever-evolving narrative of the richest NBA player in history, Kevin Durant represents the new generation athletes who view their careers as launching pads for global influence. His quiet confidence, business focus, and refusal to be confined by basketball alone have made him one of the most respected and forward-thinking figures in sports. If his career on the court was defined by his ability to score from anywhere, his career off, it proves he knows how to invest everywhere, and that may be his greatest legacy of all. Vinnie Johnson. Vinnie, the microwave. Johnson is living proof that the road to immense wealth doesn't always begin with superstardom or massive contracts. During his 13 seasons in the NBA, Johnson carved out a reputation as one of the league's most reliable sixth men, a clutch scorer who could heat up in an instant, earning him his famous nickname. Playing alongside the legendary Bad Boys of the Detroit Pistons, he helped lead the team to back-to-back championships in 1989 and 1990. Yet despite his contributions to one of basketball's greatest dynasties, Johnson's NBA earnings were modest compared to modern standards. What truly set him apart came after basketball, when he turned his competitive drive toward business and built a manufacturing empire worth hundreds of millions. After retiring in 1992, Johnson could have followed the familiar path of broadcasting, coaching, or endorsements. Instead, he chose something far more ambitious: entrepreneurship. In 1995, he founded Piston Automotive, a small Detroit-based company that started by supplying basic parts to the local auto industry. Johnson knew the game was changing. Car manufacturers were looking for more diverse suppliers, and he saw an opportunity to fill that gap. He approached business the same way he approached basketball, with focus, effort, and the belief that execution wins championships on or off the court. Through relentless dedication, Johnson learned the intricacies of the automotive industry from the ground up. He didn't rely on fame or shortcuts. He built relationships, reinvested profits, and insisted on the highest quality standards. As the company grew, it became part of a larger network known as the Piston Group, which Johnson still leads as chairman and CEO. Under his guidance, the group expanded its operations to include Piston Automotive, Irvin Products, and AIREA, employing thousands of people across multiple states. What began as a small supplier has become one of the largest privately owned auto parts manufacturers in the United States. Today, the Piston Group generates billions in annual revenue and partners with major automakers such as Ford, General Motors, and Honda. Johnson's success has been so remarkable that he's frequently cited as one of the wealthiest former athletes in the world, with an estimated net worth ranging between $400 and $500 million. Yet his approach to business has always been rooted in humility and hard work, rather than flash or ego. He often credits his time in the NBA for teaching him discipline, teamwork, and resilience, all qualities that later fueled his entrepreneurial rise. Beyond his own success, Johnson has made a point to give back to his community. His companies are based in Detroit, a city that, like him, knows the meaning of both struggle and comeback. By creating jobs, supporting local development, and promoting minority-owned business opportunities, he has become a symbol of economic empowerment. He's not just a businessman, he's a builder of opportunity, contributing to the revival of an entire region that once defined America's industrial strength. Vinnie Johnson's story stands out in the conversation about the richest NBA player in history because it's so different from the rest. He didn't earn his fortune through sneaker deals, brand endorsements, or media ventures. He built it through manufacturing logistics and old-fashioned determination. From heating up NBA defenses to powering the automotive supply chain, Johnson turned his nickname, the microwave, into a metaphor for his life. He gets hot fast, works efficiently, and never cools down when the pressure rises. His journey is a powerful reminder that greatness doesn't end when the game does. Sometimes that's exactly when it begins. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is a name that transcends basketball, a giant both on the court and in the business world. Known for his unstoppable dominance in the paint, his charisma, and his larger-than-life personality, Shaq has built one of the most impressive empires of any athlete in history. Over a 19-year NBA career, he earned nearly $292 million in salary, including a record-breaking $120 million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers in 1996. But the real story of Shaquille O'Neal's fortune began after basketball, when he turned lessons from early mistakes into a financial empire worth an estimated $500 million and growing. When Shaq first entered the league, fame and money came fast. He's famously admitted that he blew through his first $1 million paycheck in less than an hour, a wake-up call that taught him a lifelong lesson about managing wealth. From that point on, he became as strategic with his finances as he was powerful on the court. His philosophy was simple but effective: only invest in things he believes in and uses himself. That authenticity became the foundation of his business success and made him one of the most trusted celebrity endorsers in the world. Shaq's endorsement portfolio reads like a lesson in smart diversification. He's the face of brands like Icy Hot Gold Bond, the General Insurance, and Carnival Cruise Line. But unlike most athletes who stop at endorsements, O'Neal became a true entrepreneur. He built a franchising empire, owning at one point 155 Five Guys burgers and fries restaurants, 10% of the company's total U.S. locations. He also owns several Papa John's stores and sits on the company's board of directors, helping reshape the brand's image. Beyond food, Shaq invested in 24-hour fitness gyms, Auntie Anne's pretzels, Krispy Kreme donuts, and even a line of car washes. Each venture is chosen with precision and heart companies he genuinely believes in. His business interests reach far beyond retail and restaurants. Shaq was an early investor in Google, a move that paid off enormously as the company became one of the world's most valuable tech giants. He's also made significant investments in real estate tech startups and entertainment companies. Recently, he added another major milestone by becoming the president of basketball at Reebok, the same brand that gave him his first signature shoe in the 1990s. Now he's in charge of rebuilding its basketball division, showing that his influence still shapes the culture of sports and fashion. Outside of boardrooms and investments, Shaquille O'Neal remains one of the most recognizable and beloved media personalities in the world. His role as a host and analyst on TNT's Inside the NBA earns him millions annually and has kept him at the center of basketball conversation for a new generation of fans. He's also the owner of his own restaurant chain, Big Chicken, which continues to expand across the U.S., and he's dabbled in NFTs, esports, and even law enforcement, having served as a reserve police officer in multiple states. What makes Shaq's financial success so remarkable is that it reflects who he is at his core, authentic, driven, and larger than life. His wealth isn't just about accumulating money. It's about creating value and giving back. Through the Shaquille O'Neal Foundation, he funds scholarships, supports youth programs, and rebuilds communities in need. In the grand conversation about the richest NBA player in history, Shaquille O'Neal may not be number one in total net worth, but his influence, brand power, and business acumen put him in a league of his own. From dunking on defenders to dominating industries, Shaq has proven that true greatness isn't limited to the game. It's built, one smart move at a time with a smile as big as his legacy. Junior Bridgman. Junior Bridgman's story is one of the most remarkable and inspiring journeys in sports history, a tale of foresight, discipline, and transformation. Unlike many basketball legends, Bridgman never made superstar money during his NBA career. His highest single-season salary was around $350,000, a respectable sum for the late 1970s and 1980s, but nowhere near the modern multi-million-dollar deals we see today. Yet decades later, Bridgman stands as one of the wealthiest former athletes in the world, with an estimated net worth of $600 million. His secret, turning humble beginnings and business savvy into a fast food and beverage empire built on hard work and vision. Bridgman's NBA career spanned 12 seasons, mostly with the Milwaukee Bucks, where he became a reliable and respected sixth man. He wasn't the flashiest player, but he was consistent, intelligent, and a true team leader, qualities that would later define his approach to business. While many of his peers spent their off-seasons resting, Bridgman spent his learning. He famously worked at a Wendy's restaurant every summer to understand how franchises operated from the inside out. He wasn't just studying management, he was preparing for his next life after basketball. When he retired in 1987, Bridgman used the money he had carefully saved, roughly $250,000, to buy several Wendy's franchises. His approach was methodical and hands-on. He managed the restaurant's personally trained staff and made sure every operation ran smoothly. What started with just a few locations grew rapidly as he reinvested his profits and expanded into new territories. Before long, his company Bridgman Foods, Inc. owned more than 450 restaurants across the United States, including both Wendy's and Chili's franchises. His empire became one of the largest restaurant operations in the country. But Bridgman's success didn't stop with burgers and fries. In 2016, he sold off a major portion of his restaurant holdings for an undisclosed amount, reportedly in the hundreds of millions, and pivoted into an even more lucrative industry beverage distribution. He founded Heartland Coca-Cola Bottling Company, acquiring the rights to bottle and distribute Coca-Cola products across Kansas, Missouri, and parts of Illinois. The company's operations quickly expanded, employing thousands and generating nearly $1 billion in annual revenue. It was a masterstroke, proof that Bridgman understood how to scale a business while maintaining integrity and control. Beyond his fast food and bottling ventures, Bridgman has also invested in media and cultural legacy. In 2020, he purchased the iconic African-American magazines Ebony and Jet out of bankruptcy for $14 million, determined to restore their historical significance. His leadership brought stability and modernization to brands that once defined black journalism and identity in America. Bridgman's motivation wasn't just profit, it was preservation. He wanted to give back to a community and culture that had shaped his life and values. Today, Junior Bridgman is the embodiment of the American dream, proof that greatness isn't confined to the basketball court. His journey from a role player to a multimillionaire entrepreneur highlights the power of education, perseverance, and humility. He didn't chase fame or luxury, he built his wealth through patience and relentless work ethic. In conversations about the richest NBA player in history, Bridgman's name stands tall not because of flashy endorsements or billion-dollar contracts, but because he achieved extraordinary success through ordinary means. He turned fast food into a fortune, and in doing so became a symbol of what's possible when ambition meets wisdom. His story reminds us that the greatest wins sometimes happen long after the final buzzer sounds. LeBron James. LeBron James is more than a basketball legend. He's a global brand, a visionary entrepreneur, and one of the few athletes in history to reach billionaire status while still playing. From his early days in Akron, Ohio, to becoming the face of the NBA, LeBron has built a career that transcends sport, redefining what it means to be both an athlete and a mogul. His estimated net worth now stands at $1.2 billion, making him one of the richest players in the history of basketball and one of the most influential figures in modern business. LeBron's wealth began on the court, but grew far beyond it. Over 2 decades with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Miami Heat, and Los Angeles Lakers, he has earned more than $500 million in salary, ranking among the highest career earners in NBA history. His contracts, including his current deal with the Lakers, keep him near the league's financial summit year after year. But LeBron never intended to rely solely on basketball income. From the start, he saw himself not just as a player, but as a business, a mindset that would change the way athletes approach their careers. The cornerstone of LeBron's fortune is his lifetime deal with Nike, signed in 2015 and reportedly worth over $1 billion. This unprecedented agreement guarantees him royalties and profits for as long as his brand exists, securing generational wealth. But LeBron's brilliance lies in how he leveraged that foundation to diversify. In 2012, he invested less than $1 million in a small pizza chain called Blaze Pizza, which has since grown into one of America's fastest-growing franchises. His 10% stake is now worth tens of millions, proof of his sharp instinct for spotting growth potential. LeBron's biggest business venture, however, is the Spring Hill Company, which he co-founded with his longtime friend and business partner Maverick Carter. Spring Hill has become a multimedia powerhouse, producing film series and documentaries that highlight stories of empowerment, culture, and community. Its projects include Space Jam: A New Legacy, The Shop, and several acclaimed documentaries. In 2021, the company sold a minority stake that valued it at $725 million, cementing LeBron's place as a major force in entertainment. Through Spring Hill, he's not just telling stories, he's shaping culture. Beyond media, LeBron has taken ownership literally. Through his partnership with Fenway Sports Group, he owns stakes in world-class teams including Liverpool FC, the Boston Red Sox, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. These investments tie his brand to global markets and add immense value to his portfolio. His original investment in Liverpool, estimated at just $6.5 million, has multiplied more than tenfold. LeBron has also expressed his ambition to one day own an NBA franchise, possibly in Las Vegas, an aspiration that now feels well within reach. LeBron James's wealth represents more than financial success. It represents transformation. He used his platform to create opportunities not only for himself, but for others. Through the LeBron James Family Foundation, he has funded scholarships, built schools, and supported families in his hometown, proving that his legacy extends far beyond basketball. His I Promise School in Akron provides free tuition meals and college scholarships to underprivileged children, a tangible example of wealth used for lasting impact. In the conversation about the richest NBA player in history, LeBron James stands as the embodiment of the modern athlete-entrepreneur. He built an empire from talent, intelligence, and heart. He is the blueprint for how an athlete can control their narrative, create generational influence, and turn greatness into a global enterprise. LeBron's empire isn't just about numbers, it's about empowerment, ownership, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. From the hardwood to Hollywood to the boardroom, LeBron James has proven that true power lies not just in winning games, but in changing the game itself. Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson's story is a masterclass in turning talent into generational wealth. From dazzling fans with his no-look passes in the 1980s to building a billion-dollar business empire, Earvin "Magic" Johnson has become one of the most successful entrepreneurs in sports history. His estimated net worth as of 2025 is around $1.5 billion, placing him among the richest athletes of all time. Yet what makes his journey truly extraordinary is that his post-basketball career has far outshined his days on the court, proving that his greatest assists were made not with a basketball, but with a business plan. During his playing career with the Los Angeles Lakers, Magic transformed the NBA with his infectious smile, flair, and leadership, guiding the Showtime Lakers to 5 NBA championships and earning 3 MVP awards. His 25-year, $25 million contract signed in 1981 was groundbreaking, at the time the richest in sports history. But when he retired, Magic refused to fade into nostalgia. Instead, he reinvented himself as a businessman determined to create wealth and opportunity in communities that had long been overlooked by corporate America. In 1991, he founded Magic Johnson Enterprises, MJE, which became the cornerstone of his financial empire. His first major success came from an unlikely partnership with Starbucks. At a time when the coffee giant doubted whether stores could thrive in inner-city neighborhoods, Magic saw potential. He convinced CEO Howard Schultz to trust his vision, then opened more than 125 Starbucks stores in urban areas across the country. By tailoring the atmosphere, music, and menu to local communities, Magic turned the experiment into a massive success. Years later, he sold his stake back to Starbucks for a reported $75 million, pocketing an enormous profit and earning the respect of corporate America. That deal opened the floodgates for a wave of business ventures. Magic went on to build Magic Theaters in underserved neighborhoods, partner with TGI Fridays, and invest in 24-hour fitness franchises, bringing first-class services to communities that had been ignored for decades. His strategy was simple: invest where others wouldn't, and prove that inclusion could be profitable. This model not only generated millions, but also changed how big companies viewed urban markets. Magic wasn't just making money, he was building bridges between business and community empowerment. In the years that followed, Magic Johnson became a powerhouse in sports ownership. He is part owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, MLB Los Angeles Sparks, WNBA, and Los Angeles Football Club, MLS, all championship-caliber organizations that reflect his winning mentality. In 2023, he joined an ownership group that purchased the Washington Commanders NFL for a record-breaking $6.05 billion, marking another milestone in his already historic career. Yet perhaps his most valuable asset is Equitrust Life Insurance Company, which he acquired a controlling stake in back in 2015. Under his leadership, the company's assets have grown by billions, solidifying his place among America's most powerful black business leaders. What sets Magic Johnson apart is his philosophy: success means nothing unless it creates opportunity for others. Through the Magic Johnson Foundation, he has donated millions to support education, healthcare, and entrepreneurship in underserved areas. His initiatives have funded HIV/AIDS awareness programs, scholarships, and community centers across the United States. For Magic, business has always been about more than money. It's about impact, representation, and legacy. In the discussion of the richest NBA player in history, Magic Johnson stands as the blueprint for what athletes can become after the game. He transformed fame into influence, contracts into capital, and vision into value. From the bright lights of the Forum to the boardrooms of corporate America, Magic proved that his nickname was no exaggeration. Everything he touches turns to success. His story is not just one of wealth, but of purpose, proving that the greatest assists can change lives long after the final buzzer. Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan isn't just the greatest basketball player of all time. He's the ultimate symbol of how athletic greatness can evolve into generational wealth. Decades after his final game, Jordan's influence on sports business and culture remains unmatched. With an estimated net worth of $3.5 billion, he stands as the richest NBA player in history and one of the wealthiest athletes the world has ever seen. His story isn't merely about scoring points or winning championships. It's about building a global empire from ambition, strategy, and timeless brand power. Jordan's career earnings from the NBA, totaling around $94 million, are just a small fraction of his massive fortune. The real key to his wealth began in 1984, when Nike took a gamble on a rookie from North Carolina and created the now iconic Air Jordan brand. Nike expected to make $3 million in the first year. Instead, sales soared past $100 million. That partnership didn't just revolutionize sports marketing, it redefined it. Over the years, the Jordan brand has grown into a multi-billion-dollar powerhouse under Nike's umbrella, generating over $5 billion annually. Jordan himself earns an estimated $150 million per year in royalties alone, far surpassing what he made in 2 decades as a player. But the Air Jordan empire was only the beginning. Jordan built a financial playbook that few athletes have matched, centered on ownership equity and patience. In 2010, he purchased a majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets for about $175 million, becoming the NBA's first black majority team owner. For over a decade, he guided the franchise while its value steadily climbed. Then in 2023, Jordan sold his majority stake for an incredible $3 billion, one of the most profitable transactions ever made by an athlete. Even after the sale, he retained a minority share, ensuring that his connection to the league and its profits remains intact. Jordan's investments extend across industries, each reflecting the same competitive instinct that defined his playing days. He owns stakes in the Miami Marlins MLB, the 23-by-4 NASCAR racing team, and several private ventures including Cincoro Tequila, which he co-founded with other sports executives. The premium tequila brand has become a favorite among collectors and celebrities, adding another lucrative stream to his growing fortune. Jordan also holds investments in DraftKings real estate ventures and a range of tech and entertainment startups, each selected with the same precision that made him unstoppable on the court. Beyond wealth, Michael Jordan's brand is a cultural monument. His silhouette, the Jumpman, is instantly recognizable around the world, a logo that represents excellent style and aspiration. His business empire, much like his career, is built on relentless pursuit of perfection. Yet what truly cements his legacy isn't just his financial achievements, but how he changed the model for every athlete who came after him. He proved that players could be more than endorsers. They could be owners, moguls, and brands unto themselves. Today, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, and Kevin Durant all follow the path Jordan paved, turning success into ownership and fame into influence. In the grand story of the richest NBA player in history, Michael Jordan stands alone at the summit, a figure who transformed sport into enterprise and competition into capitalism. His dominance didn't end with the final buzzer. It evolved into a lasting legacy that stretches across continents and generations. From the hardwood to high finance, Jordan turned every opportunity into victory. His life is proof that true greatness never fades, it multiplies. In the world of wealth and basketball alike, Michael Jordan remains what he always was, the ultimate champion. In the end, Michael Jordan's story isn't just about basketball, it's about breaking barriers and redefining what greatness means. From the court to the boardroom, he turned every challenge into opportunity, proving that true excellence has no limits. His journey from athlete to billionaire entrepreneur stands as the ultimate blueprint for success and empowerment. But here's the question that remains. Can anyone ever surpass his legacy? Or will Michael Jordan forever stand alone at the top? Let's talk about it. You're watching Legends of Black Excellence, where history, power, and legacy meet greatness.